So, Nintendo's E3 presentation has already concluded, and by the time you're watching this video, it's been about 1 or 2 days after the whole E3 event, and I was contemplating on whether should I or should I not do a video about Nintendo's press conference or E3 Spotlight Direct, whatever they call it. And I decided, you know what? Let's do it. It's better to be late than never. So Nintendo's presentation wasn't bad at all. It wasn't good either. In terms of presentation, I still think Microsoft had the better one. Regardless if some of those titles that they shown were not exclusive at all to the Xbox brand. But enough of that. Let's get into the meat and bones of this video. Now there are two sides to this E3 presentation for Nintendo. Number one, if you were looking forward to Animal Crossing, more info about Metroid Prime 4, or some other secret surprises that Nintendo could pull out of their hats, either by third-party developers or by Nintendo themselves, well, I'm sorry, my friend, there wasn't really that much going into this, E3 presentation for Nintendo. But if you are a fan of Super Smash Bros. And you were waiting to get more info and get some character reveals, get to know which characters are going to be coming, whatever the case may be, as long as you get that Smash information, this is the perfect Nintendo E3 presentation for you in terms of Smash Bros. Not only was it the star of the show, but Nintendo bombarded us with a lot of Smash balls, and let me tell you, my balls couldn't contain it. In this video, I'm mainly going to be talking about the titles that interested me, so I may not be able to cover everything in that direct, because some of those titles just didn't really, took a knack at me. So yeah, I do apologize for that if you're hoping for a more in-depth or what went down. First off, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 gets post-content DLC in the form of Torna the Golden Country. Judging by the trailer, it would seem that this DLC will take place in the past prior to the events of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and we'll get to play as Adam and Jin's former driver, Master. Sorry, forgot about her name. I'm sorry. I'm kinda too lazy to do that. Seems like an interesting DLC post-content for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and XC2 is still one of my favorite games for the Nintendo Switch, and I can't wait to get my hands on this once this drops. So, XC2 post-content, Torna the Golden Country, look forward to that once that drops. Next up, Fortnite is apparently coming to the Switch. There's been leaks and rumors about this game dropping to the Nintendo Switch, and it apparently is true. By the time this vid drops, it's already on the eShop. You can download it. It's free. I advise you to check it out. It's a battle royale game where you need to craft and survive all the way in order to achieve victory. And these battle royale games, genre type games, are the heat right now. And you know what? Fortnite is gonna be the killer app for the Nintendo Switch. It's it's popular with a lot of people. It's been on Twitch streams. It's being played by everyone around the world, and I wouldn't be surprised if people get a Switch just for this title. So Fortnite is coming to the Switch. Hey, another killer app. Next up is Ninjala. Now this one interested me for the most part because of its similarities to Splatoon 2. Well, not Splatoon 2, but Splatoon entirely. Instead of using guns though, you're using these ninja roller type weapons to ink your opponent. I don't know, I just found it really interesting. Dragon Ball FighterZ is coming to the Switch, and I was pretty shocked about this one because of the fact that Nintendo didn't really make a big deal out of it. I was really expecting to see some sort of, Nintendo do some sort of trailer, like, hey, look, DB FighterZ is coming to the Switch. Here's a trailer to get you pumped up. But unfortunately, Nintendo just slid it into their mini montage of games to look forward to in 2018. So that definitely shocked me. Anyways, DB Fighters is still looking like one hell of a good game, and I'll look forward to picking it up on the Nintendo Switch once it drops. Next up, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Is that the name? Is that really the title? What kind of a title is that? I mean, Intelligent Systems, don't get me wrong, I love you guys. Fire Emblem is one of my favorite franchises in video games, but come on, is that really the title? Come on, you guys could come up with a better name. Anyways, FE Switch, that's what I'm gonna call it, because FE Switch sounds more better. Looks cool. Visual style reminds me a lot of Fire Emblem Warriors, just to the fact that, it has that same visual aspect of it. I don't know if Intelligent Systems got a little help from Koei Tecmo in terms of how the visual looks, but anyways, it really reminds me of Fire Emblem Warriors. And in terms of gameplay, it's similar to Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, Path of Radiance, the Ike series, but of course much more fleshed out and has more gameplay structure to it. Is that the word that I'm trying to say? Hopefully that is. Maybe it's just because it's going back to 3D. That's why I'm basically comparing it to the Ike series of Fire Emblem games. But I don't know. There seems to be a lot of influence from previous titles like the castle feature in FE Fate, but with more, much more improvements, with a lot more additions to it. Like, you could be able to free roam a lot, so you're able to move your characters not in a sprite way but in a 3D way, so that's cool. Skills are now more open. By that I mean there's a dialogue between this one character and this girl character brings up that, what skill should she focus on? Should she focus on her axe skills or sword skills? So that's cool. It allows you to, actually convince one of your comrades to focus on this skill, so that in the battlefield they'd be much more stronger and, able to defeat opponents in your liking. Overall, this FE title has further piqued my interest, and I can't wait to see more and get more info. Apparently this title won't be coming out this year, but will be coming out in spring of 2019, so that's a title to look forward to in 2019. Fire Emblem Three Houses, what the fuck is that name? There were some indie titles as well that interested me, mainly Hollow Knight and Overcooked 2. There was this one game though, I think it was only 3 indie titles that they showcased, but Killer Queen really interested me just because due to the fact that it's associated with the Killer Queen song. She's a killer queen, gunpowder, Gevatine, dynamite with a laser beam, guaranteed to blow your mind, and Killer Queen from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And finally, the main star of this year's Nintendo E3, Super Smash Bros. Switch, or now better known as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And let me just get it out, Ridley is finally a goddamn playable character in Super Smash Bros. Isn't that fucking exciting? Daddy Sakurai managed to make Ridley a playable character, not a stage character. Ridley is finally now a playable character, but let's not focus on Ridley too much. Apparently this Super Smash Bros. Title has the potential to be one of the greatest Super Smash Bros. Titles in history. Why do I say that? Because not only is this, gonna be a whole new Super Smash Bros. Title, characters from previous installments are coming back for this one installment. You got characters from the N64 days all the way to the Wii U and 3DS era, and that is fucking exciting. The tagline is everyone is back, and yes indeed, everyone is back. Snake, Ryu, Cloud, Ice Climbers, Gerudo, Ganondorf, I like that design better, Young Link, everyone is coming back for this one installment. And if what the subtitle does implies, Ultimate, this could be the ultimate, and not only the ultimate but the bestest Super Smash Bros. That we have seen. We're gonna get 60 characters. Visual style, it still does look similar to the Wii U but with an updated look. I just can't wait to get my hands on this game. It's gonna be coming out December 7th of 2018. And it's only a couple months down the road, and you better be pumped up. If you haven't gotten a Switch and you've been wanting to play a Super Smash Bros. Game, now is the time to pick up a Switch. If you don't have money, go ahead and sell all your old stuff and go get your Switch and reserve a copy of Super Smash Bros. Because god damn it, Super Smash Bros. Is one of the best fighting games ever. And now is the time to get hype, to get ultimate. I'm just super happy. Super happy. Nintendo's E3, if I were to rate it, I would have to give it a 7.8, but that's taking out Super Smash Bros. With the inclusion of Super Smash Bros. And with me being a fan of Super Smash Bros., I would have to put it as my #1 presentation and my winner, in my opinion, for this E3. I know there's no competition of some sort, but you know, people like to do that, and I'm one of those type of people. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this Nintendo Direct. I do apologize if I didn't do, you know, my cover of Sony. Personally, I didn't find anything interesting for the Sony presentation, other than the fact that, you know, we got more Spider-Man gameplay. I mean, that's hype. You know, we got The Last of Us 2. I never really played The Last of Us, so I didn't really get invested in that. You know, it's just previous games that we have already seen last year's, you know, but with more info about it, much more details and gameplay information of what this game looks like. Ghost of Tsushima though looks fucking insane, and that is really it. I'm sorry for not covering Sony. Let me know what you guys think E3's presentation this year. Which one did you like? Xbox, Nintendo, Sony, Ubisoft, you know, whatever. What presentation did you like? And who do you think won? Like I said, there's no competition of some sort, but you know, people like to do that. Did you like this year's E3 as a whole? Or do you think last year's was better? Or do you think next year's will definitely outshine this year's and last year's? Yeah, let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever hits your spot. Don't forget to sub to the channel to get notified right away when a new video is out. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you. If you are watching this, thanks. I really appreciate it. Even if this video is delayed for about 1 or 2 days, thank you. I pretty much appreciate that. Don't forget to season your day with a smile. Peace.